All right, Shalom Akim. Hey, first and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. We want to give double honor to our apostles and great millstone, Ruel. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. All right?
Tonight we got a quick lesson on how Esau is disobedient. And we're going to go through it. Tonight we're going to bring some precepts out and show you how Esau is disobedient. And how Lord, we all be edified. All right, go.
You want to start at the top of verse 3. This is Genesis 4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord Yahweh.
And they knew the law, and which would bring forth to sacrifice. And Cain brought fruit. And go ahead.
Yeah. Verse 3, back up. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord Yahweh.
He going off. Like back then, the law wasn't written down like it was in Exodus. Moses told Moses, write the laws down, and on the tables.
Right.
And, we knew it, but we had it written down. But basically, it was like a hearing. It wasn't written back then, but everybody knew. Cain and Abel, Adam, Eve, everybody that was there, they knew what to sacrifice to the Yahweh Shai. They knew it. So Cain gonna do what Cain want to do. Cain was disobedient.
And what proves your point, because if you go into Genesis, the first chapter, it tells you how that Adam was made in the image of Yahweh Shem Shai. And therefore, to be made in the image of Yahweh Shem Shai, he had to receive the law, statutes, and commandments. But like the brother saying, it was from an oral standpoint.
That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, verse
4. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
See, Abel brought what the Most High required us to bring for as for offering. So Abel was doing right. He was right, and Cain was wrong. But what did Cain do? Go ahead, y'all.
But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
So the Most High didn't when accepting his offering. He was going off for what he brought forth to the Most High. Go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
And slew Abel. Why? Because Abel listened to Yahweh Shai. He Lord said, bring this for the offering. But what did Cain do? Cain brought fruit, which was off. Like the brother said, this was oil. It wasn't written down, so he knew exactly what to do to bring offering to Yahweh Shai. But he was so disobedient, the Most High wasn't taking his offering.
That's right.
Because he was off.
Right. Because the laws, it was passed through like a form of tradition. All right. And then at the same time frame, like the brother lesson is going into, this so-called white man has always been disobedient.
That's right.
All right. Because basically he knew what to sacrifice. He still didn't sacrifice what was required by Yahweh Shem Shai. And secondly, he murdered his brother. That's right. And that's why Yahweh stated via a prophet saying that sin lieth at your door. You can't get right.
Yeah, and if you got ears, Cain and Esau is the same spirit. And that's what we're going to. Cain and Esau is the same people. Same spirit, man.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Alright, this Genesis 28, verse 6. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent them away to Panorama to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother and was gone to Pader Naram. And Esau seen that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father.
And that's the point. Isaac told Jacob, not Jacob. Isaac told Esau not to take on the wife of the Canaanites. But why did he? Well, did he listen? Did he obey his father? No, he didn't. He did it. I despite. He did it because that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the elders brought out a while back, you know, he was really trying to do that to get his pigmentation,
Mhm.
you know. He was trying to mix in with them Hamites, you know.
You know, and that's the point though. He just like he never want to listen what the father told him, told what not to do. Isaac told him not to do it, but he did it out of spite. He's a very disobedient person. Also, his people the same way too.
Mhm.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Psalm 50 and 16.
That's why I got to read that.
I got no.
All right, go ahead.
This this is just another quick example how Esau, he didn't you know what I'm saying, he didn't keep the laws of the Heavenly Father, man, you know. And this was like back in slavery days, and this was like a thing, you know, called the lynching period. And you know, he'll lynch a so-called Negro or Hispanic, and he'll leave their body up for days or so. Well, according to the scriptures, it's going off. And this is Deuteronomy 21 and 22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body should not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day.
Right.
For he that is hanged is a curse of the Most High, that the land be not defiled, which the Lord thy power giveth thee for inheritance.
And that's why another reason why America is defiled, because they broke that law, statute, and commandment. And then if you go to Numbers 35 and 33, it tells you that the person that shed the blood must be shed. All right, so that's a strange fruit that was hanging in those trees. But according to the law, when we utilize the act of hanging, that person had to come down before the sun set.
And just when you mentioned Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, Apostle Gabar, he did a great lesson on it. The lyrics right here says, Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees.
Right, because hell, the fruit's supposed to be, if you had an apple tree, it's supposed to be apples on that tree. But no, they were actually our ancestors' bodies on that tree.
That's why at the end it said, here is a strange and bitter crop. You know?
Go. All right, go.
So this Psalm 50 and 6.
16. Yeah.
Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and cast my words behind thee.
Hey, start back over.
It says 16. It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Go ahead.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth.
Go ahead, you know. What run the ranking?
Yeah. Law of the land.
Yeah, they said the Bible's the law of the land. But what do what do Esau do? They break every law in his Bible. Every law, man.
And they put you in court and make you put your hand on. Or, you know what I'm saying, act like that's what they believe in.
I got an example of that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is Matthew 14:1. At the time Herod was the tetrarch, heard of the family Yahushua, and that's a form of governor, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, is it not lawful for thee to have her? All right. And so what is that basically saying? That when John actually told Herod, according to the law, statutes, commandments, that you are committing a form of adultery and you don't supposed to have your brother's wife. And what happened over a process of time, John the Baptist was actually murdered by Herod from the order of Herodias, man. You know? But at the end of the day, Herod knew the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, according to the law, statutes, commandments, if you commit adultery, the end result is supposed to be death.
He knew. He got mad at John about it because John would come at him. No, what you did was wrong.
Yeah.
So they ain't like it. So Esau just hate following orders. That's basically what it is, just hate following orders. Disobedient. I ain't go ahead, bro.
16. It says, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou
They say, they say, see thou hated instruction, catch the word behind me. You know, they, like I said, they took on the book, this book to be law of the land, and basically they said, screw the word, and you do it behind them. Cause they got homosexuality running rapid, trainings, and don't scripture say do not don't cut off your parts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it tell you don't do that, but what Esau do? He said it's okay to do that. He gave the homos the rights to basically to be gay and be cool with it.
Yeah, they don't go ahead.
And you have and you can't say nothing against them. They like have more power than the men. Anyway, especially the black man. You know, we you know, so-called black man. You know, we're not black. I'm saying in Germany they call it black, but they got more power than we got. But it's okay to be a fruit basket, man. It's okay to be a lesbian. Because Esau, they don't follow the Bible, man. Yeah. Like they claim. They all in their churches saying God love this, God love that. You know, y'all don't believe it. Y'all don't believe in the true Bible, man. The true God of the Bible. Y'all don't believe it at all. Yeah. Cause if you did, all this shit y'all doing, it wouldn't fly by. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, your God is gold. Your God, in the acronym stands for gold, oil, and drugs. Man.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Cause that's how this country really running on. Cause drugs everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Pastor Bar brought out through the spirit, you know, Esau pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
It come from the oil.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's so heavily into the different, you know, the oils and shit like that, man.
Yeah. By Rockefeller. Yeah, he went in. All them pharmaceutical shit comes from oil.
So that's why you see them all over those different countries pursuing oil. You know.
Doing oil profits.
Well, no, actually, the element of oil. That's what they make their pharmaceutical from. They extract it. Yeah.
So people.
That's being efficient, ain't it?
I go ahead.
Right. What you got, bro? What you gonna start at?
That Genesis, you know how
27, 25.
Yeah, you ate that pottage.
All right, bro. This is Genesis 27, and I'll start at 22. You know what? Well, I'll start at 25. Genesis 27, 25. And he said, bring it. Maybe. This is Genesis 27 Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sighed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Come. And like Jacob was not Jacob. Esau was so, he had been in the fields alone and he was hungry. And the food wasn't done. Cause came out the brother family scripture said, don't eat meat, you get blood in it.
Life in the blood.
Mm-hmm. And that's a law right there. But do Esau follow the law in this book? The Lord tell you don't eat meat with blood running through it.
Man, something that simple. You know
That's simple.
Leviticus 17 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Leviticus 17 and 11.
And they and that's why they eat their steaks. Got them in raw right now.
Yeah.
2019.
Because that right there.
You look at Esau, you look over that Esau play, his shit be dripping with blood like a vampire, man.
Yeah.
God damn, Esau.
Yeah. And he call it steak tartare.
Right, just
Yeah.
3-4 seconds on each side, a
You
minute
sear
or
it.
something.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you got idiots and B more talked about it wasn't actually meat. It was more so of lentils and things that nature. It's too much of a spiritual connection for it not to be meat. You know what I'm saying? But like I did a video regarding that, all right? And when you go into pottage, the origin of that word is pot. You know what I'm saying? And so what is a pot? A pot is a container. So when it talks about Esau, when Jacob was sodding pottage, it means he was boiling it, right? So what he did was he had lentils, and basically he had meat too. And if you know anything about meat, and if you're making a stew, the best way to prepare that meat is to actually boil it, because it breaks down all the muscle tissues in it, making it making it chew, easy to chew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was doing. So he actually boiled the meat before he placed it in the pottage. That's all he was doing. But the meat wasn't done. And then that's what happened. He ate it while blood was still in the meat. It's just that it's lucky. Through the spirit, how about Shem Ashaz, that's something.
Just want to say, just how we have tendencies to link us back up to our forefathers, the spirit that separated witness that we are the children of Abraham. Esau has a spirit that bears witness that these so-called white people are the children of Esau.
That's it.
That's why they like bloody meat.
Yeah, you go to a steakhouse,
Come.
it's like a Pyru inside, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then they made the joke on Boondocks. Uncle Ruckus was like, see, the white man, his hands too clean, he don't have to wash his hands.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Edomites are not hygienic. They're not hygienic. They have they're hairy.
Right.
They're real hairy.
Yeah.
And they red as
They're
hell.
red as hell. And that's the reason why, and then even the other one made a good point, like, because of lentils and vegetables, you have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is not going to let that vegetable change their water. Okay, so if I put on a boiler of black-eyed peas, is the water going to become black? No. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the meat. You know what I'm saying? That's how we know through the spirit that it was actually meat and not per se lentils, man.
I grew up with them, and I know they eat that meat red, man. I know they eat that shit red. I mean, be blood as fuck too. That's them. But they did it, and they did. And he knew that they shouldn't eat that meat with blood in it. He knew, but did he care though? Esau don't give a damn. Esau will do what Esau want to do, man, regardless, man.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, out.
It's Leviticus 17:11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon an altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that makes an atonement for the soul.
Come. So the blood keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps you alive.
Yep.
Without blood flowing through all your parts, you won't live.
That's right.
And that was a heavy custom of Native Americans. They didn't, they didn't eat blood like that, man.
Yeah. Because I grew up, and I wonder why people like, man, white folks love this stuff. Around white people, they love getting that stuff well done.
Mm-hmm.
Before I know that we knew how she was well done.
Right. Through the spirit.
Man, my shit got well done.
Right.
Yeah.
I want my shit done, man. Like,
So-
you back, you done came back. Like, I want my shit done, man. I don't know what they doing.
Because
I know that ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Shit dripping blood on,
I
man.
mean, blood it too. Cause I was talking, why black folk love shit? But we like it done though. We like it done.
Yeah.
It be burnt as hell, but long as done though. Bro, got something? That's all I had. Yes, sir. That's all I had.
Got something, brother?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Let me get Habakkuk 2 for you then, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had some.
Okay, add on to it. All right, this is Habakkuk, and I'll just get to the point for you. It states Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Come. The soul is inside the so-called white man. It's not right, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right at all. Go ahead.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Come. The just gonna live by his faith.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we got. It's our faith. It's in Yahweh Shai, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna try our best to live right and follow the laws to the best of our ability, man. And that's all we can do, man. This faith. Then Yahweh Shai said when he come back, he want to find faith on earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he want. He want to show, bro. He want people, brothers, to believe in him, trust in him. And that's our thing with that. In this thing, we want to really believe in Yahweh Shai. We want to believe that he come back and take us out of this bullshit we living in, man.
That's right, bro.
That's all I got.
Yeah, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Mm-hmm.
And driving back to the point of the lesson, Esau was the children of disobedience. All right, when it says, then shall the wicked be revealed, I want to go to the etymology of that word wicked, and it says, all right, it's
Strong's G 459. Animas.
animas, all right, and that's the Greek word for the word wicked, and it says lawless, not subject to Jewish law, all right, by implication a Gentile, positively wicked without law, lawless, transgressor, unlawful, wicked. So Esau is disobedient. He's lawless. According to the scriptures, when you're disobedient, that means you're lawless, man. Then it said not subject to Jewish law, which we know that that's the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So who is it that's running the world? All right, and I can ask anybody that question whether they're in the faith or not. Who's running the world? All right, is that person following the law, statutes, and commandments that you read in the Bible? No. So who is that wicked according to the scriptures, man? It's Esau.
That's right, bro.
All right.
And one of the words for synonyms for lawless is say criminal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because a real criminal is not somebody that got stolen a pack of cigarettes, man. A criminal is somebody that doesn't keep the laws of the Most High.
Yeah.
So there's a nation who's embodied as a person in the scriptures that's known as a criminal, because on the planet Earth, one thing they don't do is follow the laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
They've transgressed every law of the Bible, man. You know?
That's right.
Like this Numbers 35:33. So ye should not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Come. You should not pollute the land that they're in one.
Yeah, you should not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land.
Come and how did America get how did America get conquered by? So-called white men came and slaughtered our brother the Gadites and the Seminites. Slaughtered them. And the only way this place gonna be clean is by y'all blood, man.
And then, yeah. Oh, go ahead, brother.
No, Gadites and Reubenites.
Reubenites.
Yeah.
Come on,
Gad, Reuben, Issachar.
It's called on him too.
And y'all are proud because then you name the lands after the conquerors, right?
Yeah.
After the thief.
Yeah.
We stay in Jackson, right? Andrew Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you call it? Columbia?
Mm-hmm.
After Christopher Columbus, man. You know?
Right. Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
Yeah.
The prey departed not.
Hey, this is the bloody city. You finna speak,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
The prayer is the bloody. I mean, America's the bloody city, man. It's blood. It's like they said. It's blood on the leaves, man. It's blood. This history is written in blood, man. It says the prey departed not. We still here. All 12 tribes are still here, man. All right.
Hey, it says the prey. You know, we the prey. Everybody remember that scene on Minister Society when Sharif father was talking to Kane in the classroom?
Mm-hmm.
And he pointed out like, you the prey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they tell you through the spirit, the so-called black man, also the Latino Hispanic, we the prey.
And the hunt is on.
And the hunt is on,
Yeah.
man.
See, Most High's narrative is that we're the good guys, we're the victim. All right, Esau's narrative is we're the criminal, man.
Right.
Watch out for those niggas over there. Watch out for those Hispanics over there, man.
Right.
But the word of the Most High is gonna stand. So like,
You know what I'm saying? That's why you have like so-called group of Negroes, Latinos walking together. That's why you see white people, they clutch their purse. They lock their doors. Because Esau put that propaganda out there. And he's the real boogeyman. He's the real terrorist, you know, threat on this earth, man.
Yeah, because that's a beautiful point. Because you have Jay out of hunger and sometimes out of wickedness, they'll bring you to a house. But this nigga break into your lane.
Right.
They'll steal a car. They'll steal your resources.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jacob murdered a rival gang member. This man will go and murder civilians.
Yeah.
Because we're not justifying, you know, like you said,
Yeah,
wrong.
we not.
You know, Jake, they invade convenience stores or something.
Yeah.
Esau, he invaded a damn whole country.
Right.
A country.
And take what he wants.
see, that's who the Lord has his eye on. The guy that's stealing countries, man.
Yeah.
Not the nigga that stole a cigarette and ran out the store, man.
Yeah. You like, and they take the whole country. And they oppressing all the people that take the country. Oppressing all of them.
Yeah, your sanctions.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing in Venezuela right now. They're putting the sanctions on him.
Yeah.
So Maduro was
Yeah, they're going to pay him as a bad guy.
right, which they're doing, and so that the money can run out from his government. And meanwhile, they're trying to put that puppet in there and one,
Yeah, Guap or something.
yeah, some shit. You know what I'm
So
saying?
don't be surprised if Maduro accidentally was in
Yeah.
a plane crash. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Cause Esau is targeting him now.
Or dies of cancer.
Yeah, a disease or something like
Or
that.
kills himself.
Yeah.
3 shotgun shells. Yeah.
Something's gonna happen right quick though.
Right. Cause they're talking about him last night. When he did that State of the Union. Yeah, I'm talking about the president of Venezuela. Talking about basically he ran them basically ran the country in the ground.
Yeah.
No, America ran the country in the ground.
Yeah, because Britain kept you from access to your own gold. See, all the Central and South American countries have gold, and you read about those blessings in Genesis the 49th chapter. All right, but Britain, the UK, they put a sanction on Venezuela. So in a time of crisis, they couldn't access their real currency, man.
That's right, bro.
So,
you got damn near $3 billion worth of gold there. But meanwhile, you tell Maduro, like, look, you can't get it, but we'll give it to this other guy who's your puppet. And you're right, bro. And then they say that this normally happens for a developing country. How the hell can you say Venezuela is developing?
Yeah, cause they the richest. They was the richest country in oil in whole Latin America, man.
Right.
I know that.
Trump said that. Trump said that.
And guess who got more oil than Venezuela?
Haiti.
Haiti.
Yeah, because you know Venezuela, they say for every cup of oil Venezuela has, Haiti has like a pool, man.
That's it.
That's amazing.
That's the reason why they want Haiti so bad too. You know.
Yeah. This 1 John 3:11. It said, "For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, who was the wicked one,
Cain is the wicked one.
and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous."
That's right. That same like Esau and Jacob.
Come,
Jacob is righteous and Esau is the wicked.
that's it.
Jacob, like Esau said, he gonna slay Jacob after his father passed, and he had to stop that. So he said, soon as Isaac passed, he gonna start slaying, start killing his brothers.
And he ain't stopped.
And he stopped. Because we the righteous, Esau's the wicked. Wicked hate directions. He hate instructions. He hate following. He hate even the law won't give it to him. But you name the book as the law of the land. You supposed to follow this book the best you can.
He's still a Hebrew.
Yeah, he's still Hebrew come. But he just didn't. He just wanted the one that was I picked.
That's right. That's right.
You are the wicked. The Bible is talking about disobedient cracker. That's what you are.
I got one to match how you are. Romans 9:21, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
Which is Jacob.
and another unto dishonor.
Yeah, that's Esau.
Right? What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
You read, jump up the same chapter,
Looking for wicked.
13.
I think that was
It
it.
started 11.
All right, this is Romans 9:11. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. It's like my bad. Romans 9:11. For the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that called.
Yep. So it's all the doings of Yahweh Shai. He just spiritually imputed Esau to be wicked, to go left. That's why he can't keep none of the biblical laws, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just eat, like just one law, one simple law, man. Just not if you hang somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make sure you get that body done by sunset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you wear a clothing or anything, make sure it be all wearing that particular clothing. If it's gonna be all cotton, he can't even keep that right, man.
Yeah.
The food, like the blood, he can't do that, and that's simple.
We're going into that term sinister.
Yeah.
You know, verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Verse 14, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
And that's to the point right there.
Yeah.
The Most High gonna have mercy on who he want to have mercy on, and he gonna have compassion on who he had compassion on. And he gonna have mercy on Jacob. That's who he loved. That's who he chose. And Esau the one he hate. So you can't get in your feelings that Lord created everybody. Yes, he did create everybody. He did. But guess what? He loved Jacob, and he just had Esau.
Yeah, he started the lineage. It's some authors call it the great scheme of the Most High, because from the book of Genesis, this was already mapped out. It was already mapped out in the spirit world, and it started playing out in the book of Genesis.
Yeah.
Starting with the 5th chapter when he started giving the line of Adam. All right.
So is it not our fault that we Israelites? Want to give all praise go to Yahweh Shai for that.
Thankful.
Thankful for that, but man, it just
It's that gift.
it is what it is. Though we just glad we ain't no fucking cracker, man. Cause most I got he got it for y'all, man. Right now you're running everything right now. And last night watching that State of Union, you see all the fucking crackers in there, man. Y'all got made right now. Y'all got made in the shade, man. Chanting USA, y'all proud. Mosai gonna wreck that shit, man. He gonna wreck it.
This is from the brother Anai on the coming board. This is Psalm 10:5. I'm start 73:6. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence cover them as a garment.
And they take
The
everything.
wickedness he wear as a clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Jake wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that?
Yeah.
He started to wear whole clothing and wickedness.
Yeah.
You know?
Got the hose, the coat, and all of the mate.
Yeah.
And the shirt.
Got the 666 headband.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that sleep wickedness, man. They wake up just wickedness, man. That's all they do.
That's a good one right there. All right, Psalm 10:5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
And last night, Trump's like, man, we got the best military around. And you know, it is true, but you know, he like basically he flexing on them. He flexing on them.
Puffing.
Yeah.
You'll go to Japan, you'll tell Japan, well no, Slocky, you'll go to South Korea and tell South Korea, well now you finna have to pay
That's right.
more money for our military.
Yeah.
Now it's you, or you'll go to Mexico and say, hey, you're gonna put up this fucking wall.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, that's the pride.
That's the
That's
pride.
it's the pride of Esau, man. But the Most High gonna put everything to the end, man. Esau go down and Israel come up, man.
That's right.
And brother, anything else?
Then you got Psalm 139:21. Do not hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with
So you're
perfect.
supposed to hate them. You know, the Most High hates Esau. So why we? So if the Most High hates Esau, we're supposed to be prophets of the Lord. Therefore, we're supposed to follow in that same suit. But now you got so-called, well, actually, you got black women talking about, well, that's part of the Bible, but at the same time frame, I got white friends. No, you're wicked. You're gonna be destroyed. At the end of the day, whoever the Most High loves, that's who we love. Whoever He hates, that's who we hate. That's why we're one mind and unified within the body of Yahweh Bashem. I mean, Salaki. Within, that's why we're unified with Yahweh Shai, man. Because the body has to be unified to do the will of the Most High.
And those of our people want to go ahead and be entangled with Esau, go ahead. Scripture say, hey, no hand joining hand, man.
Yeah.
So,
And he said, push the, and he said, the wicked still gonna be punished.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
You can say, no. It's still gonna happen.
Yeah.
and Scripture say, he that justified the wicked, even himself is a
That's right.
That's right, bro.
So you condemn yourself either way it goes, you know. And it says right here, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies.
Right. And you're supposed to hate your enemy with hatred. You don't supposed to love your enemy. Go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter. All right, and then jump to was it Lamentations, the 1st and 2nd chapter, when it talks about this is the day we've been waiting for. Basically, how we came down to that lower state, how they're hissing and clapping their hands, man. See, Esau is in the right mind in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, in that mindset to kill off Israelites. And at the same time frame, we supposed to be in the same mindset, but not actually, you know, taking that shit into our hands, but waiting on Yahweh Shai to come, you know, once the Most High give him those instructions to bring this devil down, man.
Alright, with that, I hope y'all edified. Like y'all praise go to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
like a double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to your brother, preach the truth and truth is sincerity. Shout out to Israel.
Shalom.
Come on.